I'm ready to fight Canelo at any given time. Yeah. Even though I'm undisputed and got mandatories all over the place, I'll fight Canelo just so they can shut that shit up.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, you just heard the voice of three-time junior middleweight world champion, who is the undisputed junior middleweight world champion, top 5 pound-for-pound best fighters in the world, in Jermell Ironman Charlo, who is 35 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw, 19 wins by way of knockout. He is 33 years of age, 5'11" and a half, with a 73.5-inch arm reach. He is daring to be great. And Jermell Charlo, he's explained, without risk, there's no great reward. And he has now accepted the challenge, as he stated in the beginning of this video, and you heard in the interview, that he's tired of all the Canelo hype train, all the Canelo talk. And he says that he's ready to shut all the Canelo talk down. I'm ready to shut the Canelo Alvarez hype train down. And he's going to jump up. As I stated, he's a 154-pounder, a junior middleweight, super welterweight, and he's going to jump up to super middleweight, 168 pounds, where the 4-division world champion Mexican superstar boxer, who is currently the undisputed super middleweight world champion and widely considered by many to be the face of the sport of boxing, in Saul Canelo Alvarez, who is 59 wins, 59 wins, 2 losses, 2 draws, 39 big wins by way of knockout. He is 32, going on 33 years of age, 5'8" with a 70-inch arm reach. So obviously there you can see that Jermell Charlo is 3.5 inches taller than Canelo Alvarez. He has a 3.5-inch arm reach advantage over Canelo Alvarez, and he's slightly older than Canelo Alvarez. But nonetheless, he's taller, he's more rangy, but he's not as big. Canelo's just more stocky. But Jermell Charlo can carry the weight, right? Now, obviously, Canelo Alvarez has been carrying the weight at 168 pounds far longer. Now, Canelo Alvarez, he'll be 33 years of age next week. Jermell Charlo has a bigger frame, right? So with that said, this is going to be an entertaining fight. But Jermell Charlo is stating that, he's ready, to dethrone and derail the Canelo hype train. He has talent. He has skill set. He has a great jab. He has great boxing ability. He has movement. He's athletic. He's fundamentally sound, and he's committed to the sport of boxing. You're not going to see Jermell Charlo out of shape. You're not going to catch Jermell Charlo, off guard. But Jermell Charlo has not been active. He has broken his right hand. He was supposed to get back in the ring March of this year, but Jermell Charlo, he broke his right hand, and he was out the ring. He was supposed to fight his WBO mandatory challenger. Now, obviously, Jermell Charlo is the undisputed junior middleweight world champion. So with that said, Jermell Charlo, he was supposed to defend his titles against the WBO junior middleweight world champion title contender in Tim Tszyu. He broke his right hand. They were supposed to fight in March. The last time we saw Jermell Charlo in the ring was May 14th of 2022. They're going to fight Canelo Alvarez, Jermell Charlo, September 30th of this year, 2023. So he has been out the ring for an extensive period of time. By the time he gets in the ring, Jermell Charlo would have been out the ring for almost 16 months, right? So he's been inactive because of the injury and just because of inactivity. He fought against Brian Castano May of 2022 in an undisputed match where he knocked out Brian Castano in a rematch. They have previously fought in July of 2021, and they fought to a draw for undisputed. So Jermell Charlo has fought once in 2020, once in 2021, and once in 2022. So he's not very active, and he didn't fight at all in a second time in 2022, and he's not fighting until September of 2023. So he's definitely inactive, to say the very least. Nonetheless, Jermell Charlo is a premier athlete. He's always in shape. He's always training. He's always working out. So it's not surprising to see Jermell Charlo stay in shape. It's not surprising to see Jermell Charlo take, such a risk. I watched Hall of Fame, 2-division world champion, Timothy Desert Storm Bradley, who is now a retired colorful analyst and boxing pundit, he explained why this is a mismatch in favor of Canelo Alvarez. He stated that this is in favor of Canelo Alvarez, that Canelo Alvarez is just, more of the the bigger guy. Although he's 3.5 inches shorter with a 3.5-inch arm reach disadvantage, Canelo Alvarez likes to fight taller guys, and that he's just more stocky, he's more compact, and he's just naturally the bigger guy at this point in time. He said a super middleweight is a super middleweight, and a super welterweight is a super welterweight, regardless of the height and arm reach. And Canelo Alvarez likes to fight taller guys, and he could break them down. Tim Bradley said that when you watch the film study on Jermell Charlo, you can tell he don't like to be on the inside. He likes to create distance, room, so he can get you on the end of his punches. He likes to fight clean and use his jab and his combinations. And he said that Canelo Alvarez, if Brian Castano had the pressure and he had success with his pressure, then Canelo Alvarez is definitely going to have success with his pressure, because he puts a lot of pressure mentally and physically on you with his style. And he also stated that, the overhooks, the overhand hooks, the overhands, right, that Brian Castano was landing on Jermell Charlo, especially in the first fight. He said that Canelo Alvarez has even heavier hands and even better overhands than Brian Castano. So he said that he just thinks that Canelo Alvarez is eventually going to wear Jermell Charlo down, and that Jermell Charlo has to be the best boxer he's been in his entire career. And I would agree with that. I think that Jermell Charlo has to fight an intelligent fight. I think that Jermell Charlo has to stay cool, calm, and collective. He feels like that, being Tim Bradley, that at some point in time, Jermell Charlo is going to start to wear down from the mental, physical pressure and the added weight that he has gained. He stated that where is he going to add this extra weight? He's jumping up. What is that? From 154 to 168, that's 14 pounds. So as he's jumping up 14 pounds, where is he going to add that weight, and is it going to slow him down? I do think that will be an issue as well. But on the flip side of that, Jermell Charlo might just be more comfortable because he has such a big frame, and he's such a intelligent fighter, and he's such a great athlete, that maybe that weight that was hindering him taking the weight off when he fought guys like Brian Castano. Now, with that said, Timothy Bradley feels like he's going to lose some of his speed. That could be a possibility as well. But it's not his speed, it's what he does mentally, right? If he uses his jab, if he uses his range, uses his feet, use smart footwork, use his education in the ring, keep Canelo Alvarez at bay. Don't get overzealous. Use your jab, stay vanilla, change the levels on Canelo Alvarez, change the angles like Dimitri Bivol, who is the undefeated WBA light heavyweight world champion, did to Canelo Alvarez. Dimitri Bivol is slightly smaller than Jermell Charlo. He's 6 feet tall, so he's like a half-inch taller. But Jermell Charlo has 73.5-inch arm reach. Bivol has like 72-inch arm reach. So Dimitri Bivol used his length, used his height, used his range. And that's what Jermell Charlo has to do. He can duplicate what Dimitri Bivol did against Canelo Alvarez and have success. It's just that he can't unravel in the late rounds when the pressure starts to rise, when Canelo Alvarez starts to make adjustments, because he does. When he starts to make adjustments, can he just stay disciplined, that being Jermell Charlo, and frustrate Canelo Alvarez with his range and his height? Because you can frustrate Canelo Alvarez, and he does not have the greatest footwork. So that's ultimately the key for Jermell Charlo, in my opinion. He has to frustrate Canelo Alvarez with the fundamentals, with the jab, with the length, with the size, his natural advantages over Canelo Alvarez, and stay disciplined. Don't let the pressure build up, and don't let the pressure make you make mistakes that you absolutely should not make. That's ultimately what it's going to boil down to, because Jermell Charlo has a lot of power as well. And he's going to have to weather a few storms, because just like Bivol and other fighters outside of Floyd Mayweather, you have to weather the storm. Canelo Alvarez is going to have success. You just have to weather the storm. And when you watch the John Ryder fight, He weathered the storm. He just wasn't talented enough to capitalize on Canelo Alvarez getting tired as well. I think Jermell Charlo can do that. So it's not out of the realm of possibility to see Jermell Charlo win this fight. It's definitely an uphill battle, and it's definitely a major challenge, but it's not out of the realm, in my opinion, for Jermell Charlo to win this fight. But that's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button, drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue Blood Sports TV. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. I'm gone. Peace.